I talked with Ethan for 3 years. He didn't touch me at all. Even kisses are hard to come by. Every time I put on that elegant dress, when wanting to do something, he always politely refuses me. I used to think the problem was my own body. After all, he is a top star in the entertainment industry. There is always no shortage of beautiful girls around. But the close friend warned me not to underestimate myself. Such men are truly rare. I didn't think much, joyfully busy preparing for the engagement party. The day of the banquet, the guests all arrived on time. I dressed up beautifully to attend the wedding. Didn't expect him to answer a call. The wedding is called off. I asked him what he really wanted to do. He just said something happened to his sister. Wait for him to come back and clarify with me. I waited all day and night, but no explanation was given. On my way to find him, I accidentally saw him enter the elevator with a girl. Just before the corridor light went out, the girl tiptoed and kissed him. Ethan didn't move aside, kissed directly. The lights are on again. I rushed over to separate the two, gave one of them a slap. When the girl is about to fall, Ethan held her tightly. I glanced at her rosy face. It's a bit amusing. Compared to me, those soft and adorable types really inspire a stronger urge to protect. She really surprised me. The fiancé just left after saying a single sentence, in silence. Ethan said, "You misunderstood. I am indeed taking care of her sister." Really, which brother would kiss his own sister? I suppressed my discomfort. Furious, went home. The next day, he sent me a message, want to chat with me. Although I don't know what to talk about, but there is still a glimmer of hope in my heart. So I took a taxi to the location he provided. I silently told myself, as long as his explanation is reasonable and credible, let's forgive him this time. But I still overestimated my place in his heart. He is mainly defending Sophia. Instead of making explanations, he thought I was angry. It's because I don't understand his little green plum. To help everyone become more familiar, organized a gathering, hearing the truth. I'm at a loss whether to laugh or cry. Sophia noticed that my face didn't look good, immediately explained. Just drank too much yesterday. Nothing special happened. She and Ethan have known each other for many years. If only this idea had come earlier, we could have been together a long time ago. It wouldn't have dragged on until now. She said she is different from me because she was pampered at home since childhood. Her father is indifferent to her. The mother didn't show love either. Even the money for school was paid by Ethan, now being urged to get married. Hearing this, my smile instantly vanished. Are you the one who pays for her schooling? Sophia suddenly felt she had said the wrong thing, just wanted to clarify. The person next to spoke first. I didn't mean to hide it from you, just never found the right moment to explain. Okay, take it easy. It's okay. It's not my money anyway, circled around so much. Now I understand. It's just that there's no money. I have already paid your medical expenses. Stop obsessing over Ethan. Sophia felt a bit embarrassed. Uncontrollably reddened eyes. Miss Emily, I understand your family is well off. Money is not a problem for you, but please don't underestimate me. The money you gave, how could it be taken lightly? The money I gave you always feels uncertain to use. On the contrary, you can feel secure with the support from others' boyfriends. When I act very tough, tears stream down. With this level of talent, becoming an actor in the entertainment industry would surely lead to great popularity. I smiled faintly. Ethan felt a pang of discomfort. Sophia is truly the opposite of oneself. She has a gentle personality, simple-minded, often bullied by others. If she marries a wealthy man older than her, her life will definitely change significantly. I lowered my head. Forget it. Let's just break up after the breakup. Be with whoever you want. Sophia felt a bit awkward, not sure how to answer. Ethan asked me anxiously, how can a 3-year love end just like that? I was furious. What do you think I should do? Do you want to work with her? Talk to me. Our whirlwind marriage has only lasted a year. Can you be more understanding? The excited man in front of me left me speechless. You can't resist her kiss, so how can I trust that you won't hurt me? Don't end up unable to part ways. I'm quite silly. Wasted 2 whole years for you, facing relentless criticism. Ethan finally starts to express his feelings. Sophia is my childhood playmate. Please don't put me in a difficult position. Can you understand? I take a deep breath. Who is really causing the trouble? I understand your feelings. But who can understand me? You are at the end of the engagement banquet. Have you really thought about my feelings? I feel like I'm becoming a backup. How am I supposed to think of you, Ethan? How did I not notice you were so shameless before? His eyes revealed impatience. I've lost patience in comforting me. I don't care how he sees me. Just quietly taking a cab home, the news of the broken engagement spread in the family group. Her gaze swept across the table. Finally freeze on the TV screen. A reporter is interviewing the hottest star in the entertainment industry, Lucas. He is sitting, like the winter sun, lazily indifferent, cold yet elegant, her stunning profile. It reminds me of the little things from 5 years ago. At that time, I just finished the college entrance exam, carefully considering what to fill in as preferences. Lucas successfully entered the entertainment industry, now a highly regarded superstar. I cling to him. Want to enjoy the movie awards ceremony. He said I'm disappointing, but still took me there. I'm in a little dress. It's like a finely crafted figurine. Followed him. Wherever one goes, praises follow. In a noisy environment. I heard someone say that he and I grew up together. They really make a great couple. I sit in front. Suddenly, the face turned red, because I have secretly liked him for a while. If he can win an award this time, I will tell him how I feel. If I fail, we'll seek new opportunities. Just when my mind was wandering, his name suddenly appeared on the big screen. At that moment, I feel especially excited. He stood up, smiling. Look around, gently guided me back to my seat, gently patted my head. Speak, I understand. Just sit tight. Be careful not to fall. The party just ended. I immediately ran backstage. After a moment of hesitation, I finally gathered the courage to tell you that I like you. What a pity. He didn't agree to my request. I stood there dumbfounded for a few seconds, feeling particularly awkward. She couldn't face his reasons for rejection. Ran out in a hurry, just stepped out the door, then met Ethan. He helped me up a bit. I said thank you casually. He didn't notice the necklace on the ground had fallen. He came chasing after to find the necklace. I was completely stunned. He waited for quite a while. Only then did I notice under the streetlight, he resembles Lucas to some extent, perhaps because of his appearance. I don't mind his close and enthusiastic pursuit. At the same time, Lucas started collaborating with the new generation rising stars. Every time seeing those trending topics, I feel a bit annoyed, feeling disappointed, but still decided to give herself and Ethan a chance. Therefore, I cherish that feeling of young love, buried in the dust. I can only think of Ethan, the warmth she brought me. The relationship was officially announced that day. The entire entertainment industry was shaken. Responses varied widely. Blessings. There are also many criticisms and mockery. Fans sent me blessings and criticism. But the one who teases me is Lucas. He reminded me. Ethan is unreliable. Don't hurt yourself then. I don't quite agree with this reminder. Even a bit unhappy. Since you don't like me, then don't worry about who I'm with. Even if we break up, I won't confide in you either. Lucas has something to say, but in the end, it still wasn't said. Stormed off to the airport. Since then, I can barely see him, not much messaging, think carefully, be with Ethan. This person is truly invaluable. The result proved, his perspective is truly unique. Ethan really disappointed me. He isn't worth my trust for a lifetime. The more I think about it, the more annoyed I feel. Just wrapped myself in the blanket, fell asleep. The next day, I was awakened by a notification on my phone. It's clear that everyone is wishing me a happy marriage. Also wishing me to have a child soon. Right. Is something wrong? I just broke up. Who would be willing to marry me? I rubbed my eyes and stared for a long time. Just found out that Ethan and Sophia are already married. Even shared it in the friend circle. Everyone thinks that we are married. Even my best friend said I didn't tell her. That's really inconsiderate. He always shows off his love openly. It really makes me feel uneasy. It feels worse than eating something bitter. I'm too lazy to explain one by one. Just post it on Moments. My boyfriend got married. The bride who has nothing to do with me. The image has 4 words written on it. Character is questionable. A call from a friend. Scolded Ethan for half an hour. Compared to others, I seem pretty calm, like watching a play from the sidelines. She is tired. Started to blame me during the break. After being betrayed. Can she still stay so calm? Are you even human? I couldn't help but laugh out loud. Actually, I'm a dog. Best friend fell silent, sighed. I really didn't expect this. Ethan started from scratch, struggled for 10 years, finally established a top position in the entertainment industry. At the height of his fame, be open and be with me. It's really enviable, unfortunately. He is confused now, felt confused, but who is playing with whose heart? Who can say for sure? After all, there are plenty of men. It's fine without him. My best friend said bluntly, "You are amazing. The atmosphere is vibrant. Just let it go. No need to hesitate. Is not letting go really the only option? Do I really have to beg him to reconsider our marriage pact? I really can't do this. After finishing the call, Ethan's agent contacted me, gave a clear warning from the very beginning. Ethan is preparing to return to the entertainment industry. I am thinking of his future. I really wish you could take the initiative to talk about the affair. Then he handed a card to the person at the table. It says there are 500,000 inside. 500,000. What does this mean? Do you want me to take the blame for Ethan? Are there any accusations? What help do you need? I said. Is the sister short on money? I couldn't stop laughing. The coffee just drank splashed all over her. Don't want to say much. Waved goodbye. I thought this matter was over. Didn't expect them to be scheming behind the scenes. Resorted to improper means to slander me. Some say I see Ethan as a substitute. But in my heart, there's someone else I truly like. When I'm questioned, Ethan re-emerged in the public eye as a victim. The news of Sophia getting married went viral. Many netizens believe Sophia is gentle, easy to get along with. I'm not a cold and harsh person. It will only hold back Ethan's career. My sister-in-law in the entertainment industry now has become the target of everyone's laughter. He wasn't forced out by me at all. Looking back now, that's pretty naive. He always takes advantage of those good people. I am always the one who gets scolded. When in a relationship, he never came out to clarify. Now cheating, still want to label me with a bad reputation. I try to stay calm. Tell oneself to observe quietly for a night before deciding. However, the trending topic remained hot the next day. His fans initially insulted my character and appearance. Then they started attacking my family background. A girl with a decent background like mine. It's a lack of respect for others. They also said Sophia is an international student. I'm just good-looking. Men probably like girls like Sophia. Instead, they wouldn't choose an existence like mine that only adorns. Seeing this pile of comments, my good sister and I started chatting. Sigh. It's really hard to persuade others. I comforted myself once again. The person who puts forward a claim must provide evidence for it. The more they spoke, stay steady. On the third day, I am still being criticized. Sophia spoke well of me on Weibo. Everyone feels that the sister-in-law is particularly understanding. As a girlfriend, this comparison is indeed unique. I can't stand it. Sent a message to Lucas. Here's an opportunity. Marry me quickly. Still the same kind of public one. Waited for several minutes with no one responding. I wondered if he was unhappy, so a second message was sent. Just help me fix my ex-boyfriend. Wait for things to finish. I would get a divorce immediately. A reward of 10 million for you. Finally, there's some action. Lucas, do I look like I need money? I waved my hand. Add another 10 million. He sent a series of ellipses. Let's leave it at that, since you don't want to help. Then we won't be in touch anymore. Not long after. He asked in confusion. Why me? There are no other men beside you. Please let me know the original text that needs to be adapted. I pondered inwardly. That's all because of your popularity in this circle. Just entered the industry for less than 3 years. I got the prize that Ethan couldn't get in 10 years. At his peak, people around you always compare you with him. Finally, whether it's looks or acting skills, Ethan always loses miserably. I couldn't help but have doubts. He semi-retired back then, perhaps unable to bear such a blow. There's also a very important matter. If you don't like me, a quick separation after a whirlwind marriage. The reason is, of course, that simple, but it's inconvenient to say directly, because you are really handsome. I send it out as a protective barrier. A few minutes later, I received the news. What happened? May I kiss you if it doesn't work? Just don't get married, to be honest. My appearance fee is not cheap. I stood there, a little stunned. I feel quite surprised. People in the entertainment industry. Is the thinking really open-minded? Hesitated for a long time. Feeling a bit indecisive. If you are willing, you can give it a try. Didn't expect the other party to reply. Why not? I'm speechless again. I kissed him without hesitation. Instead of letting the whole internet laugh at me. That's it. A vibrant person suddenly appeared in the chat box where we hadn't been in touch for 3 years. That night, Lucas's new film has successfully wrapped up. He adjusted his itinerary on short notice. The news of returning to Baikeng also trended online. He wants to give it to the girl he likes, presenting the first baked sweet potato of winter. I was about to send a message. The doorbell rang. As soon as the door opened, Lucas was seen. He didn't even listen to me, just went straight inside. Are you on the wrong path? This is my home. He took off his coat, shake off the snow. then handed me a cardboard box. I took the item, asked helplessly, "What is this? You haven't been following the news, still hasn't noticed that important information." The taste of roasted sweet potatoes is actually not very strong. After speaking, he is lazily sitting on my small sofa. Look up at me. "Oh, it seems this was left behind by someone else." I stuffed the things back into his arms. The dissatisfaction was evident on the face. I said seriously, "This thing wasn't specifically prepared for me. I refuse." Lucas was stunned. A faint smile appeared at the corners of the mouth, then said, "All right, then I won't eat. Come on." I gave him a glare. A gentle push. Remind him to finish eating quickly so he can leave. But he said he didn't bring the house keys, clearly meant to help me. Just changed the itinerary to come back. Since I didn't express my gratitude, then he can only leave tomorrow. Regarding the marriage certificate, I might go look for other people. I gave myself a hard slap. Go tidy up the guest room to get ready for bed. The next day, as soon as leaving the Civil Affairs Bureau, I saw the man take off his mask. It couldn't help but feel a bit nervous. "You might as well put on the mask. Aren't you worried about being seen in that position?" Lucas put his hands in his pockets, turn around, staring with a dazed expression. "Didn't you say you wanted to upset your ex? If I weren't a bit more high profile, how can anyone know you've found something better? That's too low-key. The effect cannot be achieved. This is not my responsibility." Listen to him. I simply took off his hat, a striking face that is everywhere, facing the sun. "He's so handsome it makes me shiver a bit," he said half-jokingly when their eyes met. Don't I take off my clothes too? This attracts more attention." Okay, I strive to keep the meaning of this content unchanged. This is the revised content. It's okay. I won't lose out. I smiled. Cheerfully walked to the other side of the road. I didn't notice a car switching lanes from the opposite side, just as about to collide. Lucas quickly pulled me back when I collided with his solid chest. Couldn't help but cover the chest, whispered out. The car sped by. He glanced at me, teased. "Does it hurt that much? You want me to give you a massage?" I always speak faster than I think. It was really impulsive. The moment I said it, I just realized I was being used. Her face turned bright red, kicked him hard in the back. I returned home. Didn't expect the photo of kicking him at the Civil Affairs Bureau to go viral. As soon as I opened that photo, just feeling dizzy. Scroll down for comments. Lucas's fans are surprisingly rational. She not only doesn't believe there is anything ambiguous between us, it was unexpected that Lucas would register for marriage with a woman. I'm holding up my phone to comment, move closer to him, ask him, "Is this your image? I don't have much liking for women." Lucas glanced at me, then got up and went to the kitchen to drink water. My good friend keeps messaging me. Ask if this is true. Did you really register for marriage with your childhood friend? I'll tell you the truth. It was to deal with that jerk's engagement. I thought she would scold me for being irrational. To my surprise, she was even more excited than I was. A good marriage means being straightforward enough to infuriate those irresponsible people. I need to be careful. Don't get emotionally involved during the performance. I was thinking to myself, absolutely not. He has someone else in his heart. I don't want to be enthusiastic toward him anymore. The online reviews didn't go in the direction I hoped for, feeling anxious. I was just about to ask Lucas how to handle this. Suddenly, a gossip news story popped up. Click to take a look. It was a Weibo post from him. This photo is a childhood snapshot of me and him. Copywriting is like a precious treasure. My wish has finally come true. The comment section is really lively. The fans feel very disappointed. Rational fans comforted them nearby. Take it easy. The brother is getting married and is willing to announce it publicly. This is indeed a good thing. It's better than ending up lonely and looking for a partner. This sister-in-law is attractive. The figure is great. They are simply a match made in heaven for our older brother. Ethan's fans rushed over as soon as they caught a whiff. Started attacking me. Say I have no conscience. Just got married to someone else shortly after the breakup. Lucas's fans can't stand attention on others. Immediately asked everyone to support him. What exactly do you mean by that? Ethan and Lucas are a couple. Everyone generally thinks Lucas is more suitable. Skilled in both singing and dancing. The acting is outstanding. This face can catch a lot of people's attention. So, what is the reason for the breakup? You can all go get the certificate. Can't our sister-in-law? The connection should be seamless. He is really fast. What is the dog's name here? Looking at these comments, I have mixed feelings, both helpless and somewhat comforted. That feeling of joy inside is truly wonderful. It was indeed the right choice to pick a fight with this person. Lucas's fans really know how to talk. Just as a little tune was playing in my head while getting ready to take a shower, the man on the couch stopped me. "Are you happy? Could you please pay the salary?" I didn't understand what happened. He raised an eyebrow, step in front of me. "Didn't it say so? I'll help you get back at your ex. Give me a kiss." I take a step back, a jolt in the heart. Isn't that the meaning? I quickly skimmed through the chat history. The time spent together wasn't long, but we can quickly interact closely. Lucas had his hands in his pockets. "That's right. I married you on a whim to make your ex-boyfriend jealous, still able to kiss after being mad." I wanted to say something, but in the end, it wasn't said. This understanding is also good. At that time, I thought everything was settled, only left to deal with. Instead of losing her temper like that, I haven't had the chance to organize my thoughts yet. Lucas pulled me into his arms, said teasingly, "I have completed my task. Just hold on a bit." In those brief few seconds, I stared intently, not daring to breathe, ran quickly into the bathroom. The cheeks turned red immediately. Just a kiss. Is it necessary to fuss over this? Although I appear calm on the outside, but there was a sense of unease. Of course, you interact with others frequently while filming. I have only been that close with one man. Wait until he feels better. Take me to a business dinner. Met a familiar Lucas. I quickly stepped forward to say hello. At this moment, I sit in my seat, took a sip of the drink. Ethan walked over, looks a bit down. "Married just to spite me. Is it really unnecessary?" I turned my head to take a look. Not far from me, Lucas is waving at me. I walked slowly over, made a remark on the way. Ordinary-looking people often do unusual things. Lucas, in front of everyone, enthusiastically introduced me to his friend. He openly expresses his affection for me. She lifted her skirt again, embracing one's waist. Busy organizing clothes again, always paying attention to the weather changes. Every move I make seems so elegant, graceful figure. This sparked whispers among the people around. He is described as an iron tree blossom. It was surprising to see him so gentle with a girl for the first time. I saw Yu Guangzhang. Ethan's face clearly turned sour. He tried to talk to me several times. The results didn't meet expectations. I've been holding it in. As soon as the banquet is over, once on the bus, couldn't help but scream. Start to praise Lucas highly. What an acting master. The acting is exceptional. If you hadn't rejected me before, I would have thought you loved me. Just as I happily waved, the driver suddenly turned sharply and braked. I couldn't keep my balance. She sat down on his lap with a thud. The atmosphere is a bit tense. He said softly, these words I said, completely heartfelt. "It's not performed. I feel something's off." So didn't speak, gently moved to the window, enjoying the wind outside, thinking about how to come up with a reason to leave. Although they have known each other since childhood, but it still feels a bit awkward when together. However, he analyzed it seriously. Feel like a star. If discovered, all previous efforts will be wasted. Moreover, everyone lives together. Getting paid is much more convenient now. I feel a bit unwell. Turn around and head to the window. Unfortunately, there are no seats available there. He approached slowly, used both hands to help me adjust my posture. A smile on the face. Repaying money is the debtor's duty. If you don't want to feel awkward, just choose to remain silent. But she couldn't go back to kiss again, because there is a driver in front blocking the way. He is about to fall. I could only grit my teeth and close my eyes, compared to the cautious exploration of the first time. This time, his aggressiveness was clearly stronger. I dared not meet his gaze at the end. He appeared calm, started playing on the phone. I told myself to hold on a little longer. Wait until this marriage can end. After all, it's already in their early 20s. Don't be blinded by those kisses. The argument between Ethan and me. The situation calmed down faster than I thought. From the beginning to now, the splashes almost disappeared. It has only been a week. This means that Lucas and I will be able to get divorced soon. Suddenly, feeling a bit down, it's better to finish early, otherwise keep kissing like this. I really can't take it anymore. Just when I was about to divorce Lucas, Ethan came to find me, insisted that I wait for him. Why do you think I would divorce you? What makes you think I would like a divorced man? He didn't have a chance to speak. Suddenly, Sophia appeared. She kneeled down with a thud, begged me not to take Ethan away if it weren't for him. She will suffer her whole life. I called her to get up, but she just refuses. She clutched her stomach in pain, crying out for Ethan to save her child. Ethan patted her back, carrying her to the car, accidentally bumped into me while passing. These 10-centimeter high heels are tilted like this. I endure the pain, stumbled home. You feel sad. It doesn't seem that sad, actually. It felt like witnessing a joke. But this time, the main character is me. Arriving home, Lucas stared at my legs and asked, "What's wrong with the foot?" I quickly shook my hand. I accidentally twisted it. He brought ice cubes. They also applied medication to me. A warm hand gently caressed my ankle, like being struck by a surge of electricity. I'm completely numb. I started applying the medicinal liquor, just asked casually, "Why aren't you working? It's been 2 whole weeks of idleness." Lucas's cold face. He hugged me directly into the bedroom. He directly carried me into the bedroom. "Your leg has healed, can take care of oneself now. I will go." I couldn't help but roll my eyes. "Just say if you want to take a break. Don't use me as an excuse." At night, my foot is really swollen. Only then did it become clear that what he said was right. Honestly, can't even take care of oneself. Sitting on the bed hurts with every movement. Strong Chinese women for a lifetime. In the end, the illness could not be resisted. He held me, head straight to the bedroom. He wants to drink water, then carried me to the kitchen. I think he is a bit strange. Clearly, the water could be handed to me directly, but insists on using such a laborious method. The heartbeat blamed him at the same time, became a bit chaotic. The eyes were involuntarily drawn to his elegant Adam's apple. Couldn't help swallowing. What should I do? Feeling a bit affected. Talking about divorce has always made me feel uneasy. I'm a bit confused. Can't sleep due to excitement. The next morning when I woke up, I found my foot swollen. The face also became swollen. There are actually 2 more dark circles. Lucas was startled, wondering if possessed by a ghost. I slowly opened my phone, thinking of finding some fun. As a result, it ended up trending again. This incident is not Ethan's fault. Instead, someone posted a photo of Sophia kneeling online, revealed her background. Turns out she's my dad's illegitimate daughter. I stared wide-eyed. Can't believe what I'm seeing. But things are heading in an uncontrollable direction. I still remember the reason for my parents' divorce. That's because my dad got drunk, engaged in some inappropriate activities with his secretary. In the end, that girl secretly gave birth to a daughter. When I was 10 years old, she came with her daughter. I heard my family wants money. It still comes down to reputation. My mom is about to break down, actually said to get a divorce. My dad and that woman quarreled fiercely, finally gave her some money. Don't let her show up in front of us again. Many years later, she has finally stopped showing up. However, her daughter came. My life was originally quite peaceful, but this time, it was interrupted again. The opinions online are truly overwhelming. Someone laughs at me for not being the only daughter of a wealthy family. Also mocked me for being very scheming. This puts some pressure on me. I haven't decided how to solve this yet. My dad called me. Let me go home. Maybe noticed some news online. I couldn't help but sigh. At that moment, Lucas approached, curiously asked me what happened. "What happened to your face?" This situation makes me feel quite embarrassed. I don't want him to notice. Make up some excuse to get by, back home. Sophia and Ethan are just there. My dad made it very clear. Ethan should go first. After all, this is a family matter. Sophia insisted that he stay here. They even say they have obtained a marriage certificate. He is part of the family. My dad snorted coldly. It's just to get a certificate. Not really family, until I walked into the house. His attitude just started to improve a bit. I gave Sophia some money. I want her to stop affecting my life. Seeing my dad's attitude, she felt very upset. Stand up and question him about what this is based on. My dad looks unwell. Your mom has already pulled a trick on me once before. This time you actually want to go after my daughter. Isn't this a bit much? Why are they both daughters? Emily is so spoiled. I became the one who was ignored, still mocking him. All these years, he has never truly cared about her. My dad sighed. It's not a wise decision to say he is with her mom. She gave birth to you alone. What a pity. I might not be able to care for you properly, but I can give you enough money. This matter was agreed upon by everyone many years ago. If you want to blame me, that's fine too. If you want to deal with Emily, don't blame me for being ruthless. I am sitting in the living room, feeling very uncomfortable. Tears welled up in Sophia's eyes. Looks particularly pitiful, very emotional. I was momentarily taken aback. He got hit on the head with an ashtray, only felt the pain after seeing the blood. Lucas didn't know when he entered. He gently kicked Sophia with his foot, while everyone was surprised. He said softly to Ethan, "Quickly take your dog away, otherwise, even you have to step up." Ethan felt uneasy, but didn't want to say much, just hold on and walk together, left home. I'm in the car, feeling lost. Don't know what to say. Lucas said nothing, just had a few drinks with me at night. He doesn't drink much. Then it started to approach me, seems especially affectionate. I suddenly asked, "Does today count? Is this salary really needed?" He held me in his arms, softly said, "Just wanted to kiss me." I couldn't help but call out. Mind is in chaos, held tightly like this, at a complete loss. I don't know if it's his kissing skills. It left me unable to control myself, start to react. The sunlight woke me up. I'm feeling a bit confused. However, fortunately, my dad's affair with his illegitimate daughter has received much less attention now. I think this will affect Lucas to some extent. Moreover, the current crisis of reputation has been completely resolved. This marriage is almost over. Okay, I'll wait for you to finish filming in Hengdian before we head out. Today is a bit rushed. Seeing him agree so easily, I can't help but think, is he a bit unreliable? There has been some affection between the couple. At the time of the divorce, no one wanted to save it. Indeed, the men in the entertainment industry appear very calm. Since Lucas joined the team, I have been feeling quite down in the room. I was bored scrolling through my phone. Suddenly saw Ethan and Sophia arguing on the street. It seems there is a problem with their relationship, becoming not so good. I'm eating melon. Suddenly remembered that Lucas's birthday is approaching. It's okay to be divorced. We can still be friends. It's essential to give a gift. The wound has just healed. Change the location to stretch a bit. So, I hurriedly bought a plane ticket to Hengdian. I brought the cake to Hengdian. Several ambulances were parked nearby. The extras chatted nonstop nearby. I went to great lengths to capture important information. This is a male actor from the production team of Sa Yi. He had an accident while hanging the wire. Is this the new title of Lucas's show? What happened? Has it passed away? I feel anxious. Want to rush in and ask for clarification. At that moment, an ambulance raced by on the way to the hospital. I am carrying a cake. Tears flowed uncontrollably. Finally found the ward in a rush. Didn't expect him to be with a girl for the checkup. The two had a great conversation. I really don't understand where this anger is coming from. Carefully protected cake. It was directly thrown into the trash can. Feel really uncomfortable. The birthday gift was surprisingly retrieved from a trash can. The payment for the quick marriage will be transferred to your account later. In this way, we can clean it up. I quickly walked out of the hospital. Lucas had no choice. Had to pull me to the roadside with one hand, then pinned me against the stone pier. I was about to lose my temper. A glance. Noticed his shirt on the arm was all covered in blood. I finally understood that he was really hurt, but the injury is not serious. Filled with guilt, I hurriedly pulled him towards the hospital. After an hour, the wound has finally been stitched up. He returned to the hotel sullenly, just closed the door. He lowered his head and asked, "What made that person so angry just now?" I smiled subtly. Don't want to touch this issue. Came up with a reason to buy a birthday cake to cheer him up. Hurriedly went downstairs. Not long after leaving the hotel, I heard someone arguing. Taking a closer look, it was Sophia and Ethan, just as planning to take a different route. Ethan glanced back at me. Sophia accused me of trying to seduce her husband. It's almost time to give birth. She couldn't figure out the situation. Want a divorce. Ethan's eyes were filled with indifference. Don't think I can't see that you're pretending to be divorced. The woman exposed for her tricks didn't care at all. Instead, they expose each other's secrets. You really think about divorcing now? Will she change her mind? I won't. She is the daughter of a wealthy family, surrounded by big stars who are on her level. How is it possible to have feelings for you? Ethan quickly covered her mouth. Want to calm her down. Sophia is really stubborn. Would rather endure pain than bow down and compromise. Don't think I didn't notice. The truth is, the reason for pursuing Emily in the first place was due to feelings of imbalance towards Lucas. In my ear, there are always some voices shining. I didn't speak. Sophia insists on not letting me leave. She even wanted to use threats. Let my dad take her back. To become the legitimate heiress of the Zhu family. I listened to her finish, speaking quietly. Anger flared up again. A loud clap. I slapped her hard. You want to be the eldest daughter of the Zhu family. How can I help you? Why not go find your mom? It's time to make some positive changes. Sophia felt somewhat confused. Ethan, however, appeared very calm. I continued, pointing at her nose. You think you did nothing wrong. Take out all frustrations on me. What should I do? It was originally a harmonious family, but it was broken up because of you and your mom. Who should I confide my grievances to? My dad has long provided child support. Your mom hasn't fulfilled her responsibilities. Talk to her. don't always bother me. Sophia was furious. I quickly turned around and ran into the bakery. I just came out holding a 4-inch cake. Was blocked by Ethan at the door. I bought you a cake. It's strawberry flavored. I looked at what he was holding. It feels quite amusing. I always forgot whenever I wanted to eat. As a result, didn't want to eat this time, but it came anyway. Not respected. I didn't answer the phone. He whispered an apology. He had no idea that Sophia was an illegitimate child. If only I had known she betrayed me. I definitely won't lend a hand. There is a reason for this man's broken engagement. It turns out that he doesn't care much about his partner's identity. However, can you not make yourself sound so grand? What you did really upset me. In my opinion, there's really no difference. Actually, you don't really like me. Stop acting so affectionate. Okay. He stared at my expressionless face. The tone became distant. You think I disappointed you. What about yourself? Do you really like me? You still see me as a substitute. He clearly said it first. Now you actually question me. Such a manipulative, selfish, and conceited person. If it were in the past, I will definitely say that I really like it. Now I just want to tell you. That's right. You are the substitute I've been looking for. How is it? This is a simple version. Ethan's face showed an indescribable emotion. Looks very unhappy. I turned around. The face turned even grimmer. Lucas didn't know when he had quietly followed behind. At this moment, he leaned against the wall beside him, staring at me. The seed in my heart feels like it's about to sprout in the next moment. His words just now, probably didn't hear it. It should be too far to hear, even if I really heard it. It can also be denied. In summary, face is regarded as extremely important. Confessions cannot be repeated. I felt tense. Walked up to him. He said nothing. Picked up the cake effortlessly. I went upstairs, felt a rush of joy, so nice not to hear. I got distracted. Take out the phone and start recording a video. Then they started to cut the birthday cake. Also opened champagne to celebrate. The entire event was well organized. I just overestimated the strength of this bottle of wine. Not drinking much makes the legs feel weak. As a result, Lucas's pants got accidentally pulled down. It was originally a phone used to record blessing videos. The next day, it showed content not suitable for children. Seeing the evidence he presented proved his innocence. I couldn't help but feel my face flush. At this point, I'm not sure how to take responsibility. A soft suggestion. Why not let me give you all my pocket money as compensation? He smiled. That's not enough. You need to return the person to me. I was a bit stunned. What does the person you like plan to do? The person I like in my heart is you. I don't understand. Why were they unwilling to accept me at that time? Lucas seemed to notice my confusion. He sighed and said what he really wanted to say was still to come. I didn't hear it clearly, so they left. Then flirting with other men this moment, my head is buzzing. It feels like stars colliding, bursting with dazzling sparks. After returning from Hengdian, the marriage contract between Lucas and me surprisingly wasn't dissolved as planned. It really turned out that way. Start completing the wedding procedures one by one. Wedding day. Sophia always keeps pestering me, trying to belittle me in front of Lucas's family. Not much has been said. Was taken away by the bodyguard at the door. Since then, I never saw her again. When Lucas returned after filming, I just asked clearly. She took some money from my father, also received a sum from Lucas. After receiving a sum of money from Ethan, returned to the hometown. This woman is truly a thoughtful person. I was stunned. Lucas quickly helped me up from the sofa, held me tightly. Long time no see. Why do you seem so indifferent towards me? What are you thinking? The anxiety on his face became increasingly apparent. I am thinking about telling you that I miss you. The words haven't been spoken yet. It was interrupted by him.